تفضلي.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Inshallah, today we'll be having an important and informative lecture with Dr. Hani Al-Banna about the youth, like the youth roles and the challenges that they face in the West. And inshallah he can start.
Alhamdulillah wa sallallahu ala rasulillah. Alhamdulillah wa sallallahu ala rasulillah. أنا عندي presentation هنا. I have a presentation here if you want to follow, but let me start asking you some questions. If you want me to ask you, or what do you want me to talk about? If you want me to talk about something. Any subject?
No.
Huh? Any subject? Any subject? Any subject? Any subject? Okay. طيب.
Yes,
تفضل.
I have the new generation or the younger generation, and we are the older generation. How can we integrate them into our work and to be part of the work, not just to, like today they are listening to the lecture, but how they are going to be the leaders and to interact with the work.
طيب الحمد لله والصلاة على رسول الله. First thing to do is to learn as a father or as a mother to listen to them. If we don't listen to them, we cannot be able to convince them, because they are the people who are facing the society outside. They are the people who are actually seeing all the changes, facing all the Islamophobes, especially young girls who are having hijab. The more difficult life facing them than the young men. I'm not going to use the word teenagers. You got it? When you become daydreamer, I'll wake you up. Okay? Because I know that you have big brain. And big brain people have all day dreams. So this is the answer for the first question. The first question, it's not us to decide all the time. It's us to guide most of the time. It's us to try to build the bridges with the younger generation. It's us to try to become friends. If especially the mothers is not a friend of the children, you lose the children. Particularly the young girls who are facing more difficult time in society because of the hijab from the Islamophobe. One day I was walking with my wife and one of my friends with his wife in Birmingham. And I saw my friend coming back to somebody and shouting at him because he was trying to curse his wife because he was wearing hijab. And this was more than 30 years ago, not now. Another time I was with my two children, young children, and we're walking. You know what happened? Somebody was half drunk, was trying to urinate on my children. Shall I fight with him? He can hit one of my children. Or shall I ignore him? There is something you have to decide when you meet some of those people. Actually, وَإِذَا خَطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا السَّلَامَ. Okay? This is how, when you are in this situation, sometimes you have to swallow if you are in a vulnerable situation with your children, with your wife, because you don't know what those people will do to your wife and to your children. That does not mean that you are weak or you are actually cannot do it. You can do it. But bravery is something and responsibility is something else. Daydreamer, bravery is something and responsibility is something else. If you are responsible for community. You are responsible for a family. You are responsible for children. You are responsible for a school. You cannot do what an individual can do. Sometimes the individual can say whatever he wants to say. Huh? But you cannot say it because you are responsible for the institution. That's actually the gap will be filled when you listen. Got it, brothers, sisters? When you listen, when you take the time to understand, when you don't criticize and make mockery of your children, because they are thinking with their age, and you are thinking with your age. But as Sayyidina Ali said, make tarbiyah to your children not for your generation, but for their generation. Don't come and tell them what to do like you did. But you have to tell them why you did it. They can do like you or better than you. You pass the information to them. You pass the information to them. But try to let them do it the way the society will accept from them. This is to answer the first question, actually the generation gap. Generation gap is happening every day, every year, every generation. And one of the most important things, sisters, is this one. When you all the time find your father and mother don't have no time for you. And you have no time for them. So this become a divisive tool inside the family. No time. In the good old days, we used to sit together, eat together, talk together, even watch television together. Even at that time, we used to buy the videos. You remember the videos? Something called video machine. In the 80s or 90s, I used to buy all the Arabic movies, Omar ibn Abdul Aziz, the history, all this sort of thing. Even the English ones about Mary Poppins, what the other one? Something which is a family movies. To sit down and watch it. Now, I'm sure. Now you have your own movie with you, and nobody can see what you see. And this is very important, brother and sister. What you watch, what you listen to. How can you connect to other actually people that you do not know, and they are communicating with you? This is to answer your question at the first question. Do you want to do it answer the question session? Yes? You can start ask questions. I have no problem. Yes? Start ask question. Sisters, I'm waiting. If you want the title of your talk, what are the challenges facing you? We'll start with you. If you have another microphone? أنا اللي بحدد. الله العظيم. أنت هتقعدي جنبي ويعني إيه تقولي اللي أنا عايزه مش أنت اللي أنت عايزاه. ما دي الليدرشيب كده.
حد طيب عايز يسأل سؤال.
الليدرشيب لا أسئلة للشباب اللي قبلك. أنت هنحل بيك. لا بأس حاضر. لا بأس. خلاص ادي عمو يسأل السؤال. اللي مش هيتكلم هخليه يتكلم. اتكلم voluntary or I will make you to تتكلم by forcing you. When I force, I force. You know me, sister, who's talking now? I can see you. You, yes? I can see you talking. Yes, brother. تفضل.
يعني انا مش عايز اتكلم بالانجليزي لان معظم الشباب اظن بيفهموا انجليزي او يفهموا عربي يعني. يعني انا شايف انها ممكن تكون فكره طيبه لو حضرتك قدمت نفسك والمجالات اللي حضرتك يعني خبرتك فيها هتفتح مجال للشباب
طيب
ان هم يعني يسالوا اسئله.
حاضر. انا اسمي ايه؟
دكتور هاني البنا.
علي صوتك.
دكتور هاني البنا.
علي صوتك.
دكتور هاني البنا.
اوكي. جاي منين؟
مصر.
من مصر بقى انا اصلا.
ما انت لازم تفوقي معايا بقى.
انا صاحبي والله.
احنا هنبقى دويتو كده نشتغل مع بعض.
انا
دو
لسه راجعه من السفر اول امبارح.
طب انا راجع اول امبارح انا راجع. احنا دويتو دو اند دويتو. You know do and duetto become duetto. This is English. Anyway, I was a medical doctor, qualified from Azhar University, and I came here to study medicine. And I was working here for years. I did my Doctor of Medicine in Birmingham Medical School. I got my degree in 1991. Then I gave up medicine in 1995. I went to work as a social worker or a humanitarian worker with Islamic Relief since 1984. So I'm working in this sector for the last 43 years. I have traveled to more than 90 countries. I don't know how many projects or how many cities I visited. I left Islamic Relief in 2008. I said enough is enough. 24 years is more than enough. Okay? To do something else, which I'm doing it with a struggle, because we are facing a challenge of people don't understand what we are doing. We're doing communication, networking, advocacy, public awareness, all these kind of things. Like for the Syria problem, we started in 2011. Before the Syrians woke up, they did not know anything about civil society work. We used to bring them together in Cairo and teach them how can they organize themselves. This is from July, August, September 2011. Then, alhamdulillah, they became professors, highly qualified, and now they went back to Syria. Sister, this is in a nutshell what I've been doing. We started with nothing. There was no budget. There was no office. There was no people. But we started with people at your age. At your age. They were not chicken. They were not anybody. They were people who wanted to make a change. In 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. They used to work holic for hours and hours and hours, distributing leaflets door to door, collecting funds door to door, talking to people door to door, at the age of the secondary school. Nothing called teenager. When they teen you, they teen you. You know what teen and teen means? Teen means fig. You know the fig? You know my English is Arabic. I'm Arabic is English. You got it? انت جايه منين انت؟ سوريه انت ولا ايه؟
لا مصرية.
شكلك مش مصريه انت، دخلت على مصر انت ازاي؟
رقية
ايه؟
رقية أحمد حبيب.
بنت الاستاذ احمد حبيب. بسم الله ما شاء الله، ابوك يا احمد حبيب. طيب سلم عليه. اسالي السؤال. مش خدت الميكروفون؟ رجعيه. Anyway, so in a nutshell, خليه معك. عايز اتكلمي؟ In a nutshell, اوعوا never ever and forever think that if you don't have resources you cannot start. Fancy. Forget it. Forget it forever. We started with no resources. The only resources we had is young people like yourself who wanted to do something with us. At that time, I was 33 actually, and I was a medical doctor. But most of the people I used to work with were school children, secondary school, or university students. Most of you are in secondary school or university student. Is that right? Why don't you do what those young people did 40 years ago? You can do better. Because at that time there was no telephone, there was no internet, there was no computer, there was no emails, nothing. You know what Allah told Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam? Huh? 3,000, 4,000 years ago? What he said to him, announce it for everybody. أذن في الناس. You are in Mecca? Just أذن يعني call people to the haram to do Hajj. Did Ibrahim have internet at that time? Telephone? TikTok? Wak? Did he? He didn't. But أذن is the urge and the belief of the individual to spread the message even if he or she does not have resources. It doesn't matter that you achieve what you want to achieve at your age or the second generation will be achieving it. What matters is you start. What you should not do is you do nothing. You got it? I don't want daydreamers. I'm just warning you. Well, if I stand up, I'll see all of you. So what I don't want to be seen that you said doing nothing. You sit in a despair. You lose confidence in yourself. Why? Why this individual is better than me? Because he's working harder than you. Not because I was more intelligent than yourself. Why don't I work on myself and discover what my talent? And I tell my father or my teacher or my mother, this is my talent. I want to improve it, to develop it. I want to become an author, a thinker, theologian, scientist, astronomist. I want to be what I want to be, isn't it? I want to become a songwriter, director, media man, TV presenter. I want to be what I want to be, what I'm good at. So you have to discover yourself, the talent in yourself, or maybe your father and mother, the teacher, can help you to discover what you have. But never ever say that you don't have talent. Never. I always used to succeed after failure, or succeed with fair marks. Not excellent, not very good, not good. I fail, alhamdulillah, always failing. I get used to fail. I didn't pass any exam from the first time. It's not haram. It's haram or halal? Yeah? كلمي. اسمعي صوتك.
حلال عادي.
حلال انها نسقط. فرحانة فين الناس انت؟ So when somebody fails, this is not the end of the world. When somebody loses something, this is not the end of the world. This is the beginning of success. I failed, then I will try to succeed. That's what I said to the brother this morning for you. When I failed miserably in my Doctor of Medicine in 1990, I tried again and I succeeded in 1991. I have a doctorate. When you have an ambition, don't stop. Keep rising. Keep rising. Don't put any limit to your ambition, but work on yourself to achieve your ambition, to achieve your potentials. Your potential is you want to help your family, that's one thing. You want to help the community, local, that's another thing. You want to help the society, bigger one. The country, the whole world, it's up to you to carry or to burden yourself for the responsibility that you can carry on your shoulder. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah will not ask you. You want to ask a question? Give me a question. Yes. بسم الله.
هسأل بالعربي.
يا سلام. طب ما خليني أتكلم بالعربي بقى. عربي يا مرسي؟
لا في
ولا إنجليزي؟ طب خلاص. حاضر يا بوس. With the permission of my boss. she is bossing me, and passing me, and bussing me. You know what the difference between the three? Bossing, passing, and bussing. What's the difference? It's English language. Bossing, passing, bussing. You got it, brother? I like your hairstyle because it means that you are a scientist. When they put their head like their hair like this, they are scientists. I have no time to comb their hair. Yes, sister.
امتى اعرف ان الحاجه دي لما افشل فيها ان لا احاول تاني وعشان اسعى الحاجه اللي انا عايزاها، وامتى اعرف انه خلاص يعني الحاجه دي مش هتنفع معايا فابطل يعني او خلاص اتجه لحاجه مختلفه؟
وشوفي everything depends on you. Sometimes people put a very high target when they don't have resources in themselves. Try to go slowly, progressively, and step by step. When we started 43 years ago, we used to use one slogan: help the people. We use the word help. That's it, nothing else. But this word help, it went from just help, give money, into building an organization which spends now billions of dollars. Start from 20 pence from a young boy at the age of 9. Now it's millions of people are benefiting. But you have to be consistent, and you failed many times, by the way. Don't think that we're all the time succeeding. No, of some projects which we failed, and we could not be able to achieve some other project, but we carried on, and you can change the course of action. If you think that it's impossible because the challenges you are facing is crippling you, change the course of action. Do something else. Don't stop. Huh? And here, people can advise you. Or you can feel, okay, fine, I might not be able to do it now, but keep it for later, so I can do something else. But don't stop, because if you stop, you will demoralize yourself. You're demoralized. Sometimes people don't like education, don't like the school system, but you could be very good in something else. You have to discover the talent of your children, Mr. Brothers, Mr. Fathers here, actually at the age of 10 or 9 or 11 or 12. And give them what they love and let them what they have to love. Sometimes we love the school education. Okay, fine, I will swallow it. But at the end of the day, I want to do something which actually I can feel myself in it. So this is, you can actually, the parallel education, or the alternative education, or the complementary education, a subject that the child actually loves more. Something else which I can tell you, in Egypt there are two systems. The normal syllabus, or normal curriculum, and the extra curriculum, اللي هو الرفيع اسمه ايه؟ المستوى الرفيع. What do you call in English مستوى رفيع؟ ها؟ higher مستوى يعني advanced education. And that means you can have not even advanced, an extra curriculum. That means that you have got 7 or 8 subjects to study within the system, and you added 2 or 3 subjects. So you might find some children from Egypt having 100% plus 5. Well, who can get 105 or 110? It's only in Egypt. Thank you. Say Keep saying And so but this higher education could be to discover the talent of your children. But actually, let the children, sister, what's your name?
سندس.
سندس. بسم الله ما شاء الله. أنت من الجنة مش كده؟ طب وين نزلك معانا يعني؟ What brought you from Ghana to Earth? Actually. So, this Sundays, if you want to carry on, try to to try to love what you do, to do what you love. شفت فيلم احمد موسى؟ مش احمد موسى، اسمه احمد حلمي. حب ما تعمل الله، ده انت حافظه اهو. يعني تلفزيون وتلفزيون. ها ايام كان احمد حلمي، ما كان احمد حلمي، دلوقتي بقى حسن حلمي
ما يعرفوش حسن حسن.
ولا احمد حلمي. فلو انت عايزه تنجحي، if you want to succeed, take the subject in front of you as a challenge and love it. Sometimes you force yourself to love something. Then when you achieve that, you'll be able to do what you love. In my career, I went to medicine because my mother wanted me to be a doctor. So that's my cup of tea. I failed the first year. And I told her, if I fail again, I'm going to go to the faculty of commerce. She was praying all the time that I succeed, and unfortunately, I succeeded. And so I have to carry on with my education, then to get my degree to make her happy. When I got my Doctor of Medicine in 1990. I went to Egypt 1992 at the time of Bosnia with the Sheikh, the Grand Sheikh of Bosnia at that time, to let him to have a tour in Egypt to meet everybody. And I told mother, this is my doctorate. Now I'm going to give up medicine. So I'm happy now that you got the doctor and the doctor, two doctors, the basic and the PhD like. After that, I started to do what I love. Now, after doing Islamic relief work for 25 years, it's over. I do something which I love more, is writing about you. Like this man, when he called me to do two of these talks, I wrote nearly 35, 40 pages. Because I love writing now. I used to work, to love what I work, but now I do what I love. Thank you, Brother Ahmed Sheikh. His new name is Ahmed Sheikh.
So now, mashallah, Victor, you spent like more than 50 years of your life in Birmingham, and you consider yourself still Egyptian. Why don't you consider yourself a Bromi person?
Bromi is Bromi. You know Bromi? Oh, you don't speak English? Oh. Bromi يعني classical Birmingham speaking guy. You know the fall guy. You got it? If you know my nickname in the past, the doctor who speaks English with Egyptian accent. I did not change my accent. You want to listen to me? You don't want to listen to me, not to me. See that too. You want to listen to me? You have to listen to my accent. So what? I speak English and Arabic. So what? You only speak English. So I am ahead of you. The extra language, it does not make a difference for me to say it in an Egyptian accent. So I preserve my Egyptian style in speaking. And if you go and look about the history of Egypt, humanity started in Ethiopia area 2 million years ago. And they found bodies as old as that. But when it went to the whole world, it came out through Egypt. And all the genes of the Egyptian are inside the generation of people traveled the universe. And this is what one of the Egyptian scientists of the Egyptology said recently. His name is Dr. Wanis al-Sisi. Wanis or Anis al-Sisi? Wanis al-Sisi. He's one of the Egyptian scientists who specialized in Egyptology. Okay? When you listen to the civilization, well, you have to be very proud of it. So, When I was joking sometimes with some professors from Birmingham University, I said, by the way, sir, your age is 50 years plus 100 years, or 200 years. But my age is 50 years plus 7,000 years. So you are, sit down. Here, you be very honored to be relating yourself and very responsible as well. Not only to be honored that you are a part of this big civilization, but you have to be more responsible to get this civilization going on through you. When they discovered the history of how they built pyramids, it's astonishing. When you discover that the Egyptians were muwahideen 4,000 years ago, or more at the time of Sayyidina Idris alayhi salam, because Adam Idris, and Idris came to Egypt. He taught the Egyptian how to plan for building towns and cities, told them how to make tailoring, make clothes. He told them writing and reading, and he brought Tawheed with him. Don't come and tell me that somebody else taught the Egyptian to become muwahideen. It's from the time of Idris alayhi salam. So read the history right. And when you look at the end of Surah Al-Hashr, الأذقان سجدا يخرون الأذقان سجدا, they fall down on their beard making sujood, and you find this is drawn on the temples of Egypt. They make sujood with their beard. Now حد فيكم معاه internet? If somebody has an internet, get these images of the Egyptian making sujood on their beard. يخرون الأذقان سجدا mentioned twice. I'm not sure it was Surah Al-Hashr, but twice. How they made even the sitting of the people, even the dua, even the unit, the oneness of God. When you look at this, you have to be very proud of where you come from and what you have, but responsible as them. Don't only become proud without becoming responsible. Don't keep saying, my father was this. Okay, your father was, but what are you doing? The Muslim civilization was, what are you doing? Khalas, gone. Algorithm, what's his name? Al-Khwarizmi did all this. What did you do? What are you going to do? Don't keep saying, we initiated algebra, but I am going to carry on for a second level. Ahmad Zuhair, he worked on the nanotechnology for years till he was awarded with the Nobel Peace Prize. And others, what are you doing? You have to relate yourself to understand the history, then create the future. To look back at the achievement of your parents, to be very proud, but actually look forward to try to lead the future as well. Don't also say, we were, no, not you, they were, but not you were. You were not there. You were not there at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. You were not the time at the Egyptian. I was talking this morning with the one who liberated Egypt from Hyksos, not Hyksos in English. It was occupied by the other force in the north. Was a 17-year-old king. His name is Ahmos. How old that era was? 17? Huh? 18. So it could be like Ahmos. Others. So nothing called a teenager. No, he's still not responsible. She's still... No, you have to discover yourself and to be able to be responsible to the achievement of your parents and your great-grandparents and your ancestors. Yes, brother. Thank you, sister. Very exciting question. Can I give it to him? هذا book, yeah?
Jazakallah khair. I just want to go to the starting point when you start your transfer of the career after that, but when you find your passion to the humanity and starting that, how the difficulties, and how could you find the passion which you take you from just a very small room when you found the room, and then maybe our brothers and sisters, they don't know well Dr. Hani Banna, till you reach it to the foundation of Islamic Relief, which is working now everywhere in the world with billions of pounds, where you are awarded by the Queen Elizabeth, and your name now, the kids, they are the part of the syllabus in the schools. They are talking about you as one of the changers of the to make change in the society. A lot of
Change
things.
maker.
Yeah, a lot of things. Maybe the brothers and sisters, they don't know who's Dr. Hani Banna, but he's a very important person in this country, and he's awarded by a lot of awards everywhere. So from that moment, when you are just starting from Muslim students' house room, small room, this journey, let's start with that part when you are in the age of our brothers and sisters, and this journey, how was the start and how you reach it to that?
Okay. Jazakallah khair. When I was at the age of you, I was playing Kura Sharab for Masr. You know Kura Sharab? And in English, what's Kura Sharab in English means?
Six.
Socks football. Socks, you know? Socks. Used to put the sponge in the socks and rub it, make like a ball, put some glue, and play in the street. One day we played Kura Sharab. In the evening there was no light. At Ramadan in Cairo. You know how did we used to play it with no light? We used dip it in the oil, in kerosene, and set it on fire and play with it. So you can see it's flying. This was in 1959, 1960, in the backyard of Cairo, Al-Hilmiya. That's what I was playing. I started selling asaliya. You know asaliya in English? Lollipops. Lollipops from honey, the black honey. With half a pence to make a marginal profit of 1 مليم. عارفين مليم يعني ايه? Do you know what مليم means? the one was the old English language piaster. You know piaster? Which is a penny. Don't spend all the penny. You know when you spend the penny? Please do not know the English word of spending. Spending money is something else.
الحمام يعني.
We used to make 1 مليم in each asaliya. And they used to stand in the middle of the road selling it. Actually, at that time. This is how it started to understand. We used to plan for journeys, trips to Alexandria, to Helwan, to see the old place of the Japanese park in Helwan. That's before going to UK. When I came to UK, the journey started. I thought that I came to UK because I wanted to become a doctor. I got my qualification. But I discovered a few years ago that Allah sent me to UK for Islamic relief, not for the doctorate. The doctorate was a token of appreciation to me from Allah. So because we started Islamic relief, Allah gave me the doctorate. So the reason of me coming to UK was not the PhD, which is personal, but Islamic relief, which is community organization. And this journey started with no planning, with no vision. The first donation we had 20 pence from a child at the age of 9. Now he is, Bismillah, mashallah, professor in Helwan University. No planning at all. So don't ever think that you cannot do it. No. And nobody of us knew that what he or she will be in 20 years' time. We were making ourselves busy of delivering what we want to build for community. This is actually from the very beginning. That's why Allah rewarded us with the PhD and rewarded us with all what you mentioned. We never talked about that we want to achieve something. No. Even the largest organization in UK called DEC, Disaster Emergency Committee, knocked our door to come and ask us to join them. When they asked me that DEC is coming to us, I said, who is DEC? Not because I was arrogant, but because we were very busy delivering. Not only talking about the history and the glory of the history, but talking about responsibility. Who is DEC? When they sent me the letter about awarded by the Queen, my office manager opened it and they showed me. When they had to give me the title, I said, this is not good enough for Islamic League. I don't want it. Because it's aqal, it's less than what Islamic League have done in 2004. But everybody around me said, please, for God's sake, we want your photograph with the Queen. Because people will respect us when they see us shaking hands with the Queen. I only accepted it because of the advice. And this opened a lot of gates in the Middle East and Arab world and other Muslim worlds. You are with the Queen. You are with the Prince. But to be very honest, my feeling when I received the letter, no, this is not the level of Islamic. This should be higher than that. Why should you give us this? Because our contribution, our Islamic contribution to humanity at that time was higher than that. But we have to accept it because we knew the mentality of our brothers and sisters in the whole world and other countries that if you are with the Queen, they will respect you. This is how sometimes you don't have to do what all time you want to do. If I refused it against the advice, this could have affected us socially, politically in other countries. But sometimes not everything that you do is right at the time. That's why shura is very important. Listening is very important. Reading is very important. Taking advice is very important. Don't think that we are young, energetic, educated, speaking English, that we know better than anybody else. No. There's no end of knowledge. That's why Allah sent Al-Khidr alayhi salam to Musa alayhi salam. إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا. Isn't it? You cannot become patient on what I'm going to do, Musa. And he not correct, make a hole in the ship, then he killed the young boy, then he built the falling wall, and Musa could not be able to answer. What? Why? I said, okay, fine. I told you that you cannot become patient on what I am doing. This is knowledge. Knowledge. I'll end answering your question by saying the word Iqra in Quran, and this for all of us sisters, actually who was praying, wearing black eyes, that's you. Very good. The word Iqra in Quran, you. Yeah, you. The word Iqra in Quran does not mean read and write. Because Allah knows that Muhammad cannot read and write. Is that right? Jibreel alayhi salam knows that Muhammad cannot read and write. Why he asked them 3 times? And they keep listening, I cannot read. He means Sayyidina Jibreel did not know? No, he knows. But reading means seek knowledge, learn, get educated, don't stop. Knowledge is the key for making social change, life change, and make you change maker. Without knowledge, we are dead wood and dead meat. Without knowledge. And knowledge make billions. Google and all the system on the social media now makes billions and trillions from the knowledge that you provide them with the knowledge, with the data, so they make money out of you. how can we manage the knowledge? How can we use the knowledge? How can we obtain the knowledge? And how can we make the knowledge is obtainable to others and they benefit and we benefit? Did we learn how, I'll end with this, did we learn how Dhul Qarnayn helped the people? They told them they could not be able to speak one language and they have to have 2-3 translators. Sayyidina Dhul Qarnayn. First of all, he has to protect them, protection from Gog and Magog. Second, he has to tell them to discover the resources. Look at these mountains, Aduni Zubar al-Hadid. Resources. We are living in very rich societies and countries, but we do not know that we are rich. The people who know that we are rich are the people who are conquering us and occupying us. From the satellite information that they have on the land that we live on. But we live like puppets. Underneath us is gold. In our seas there's a lot of, they call it blue economy, but we don't know that. That's why they come to conquer the land. So he discovered their resources. Then he taught them how to cut the wood and bring the wood. Then he transferred the technology by melting the iron and melting the copper and make the alloy. Then he empowered them to build the wall. This is your role when you are in society and you want to make a change, to enable and empower the local community to help you. Sayyidina Dhul Qarnayn. And his role in life, that he has got, I wrote a document maybe 20 years ago, the dimension of global intervention. Was getting the story from Dhul Qarnayn. So we learned from the Quran the way forward to implement it as a part of our social life. Any other questions? Yes, sister. Bismillah, mashallah, Sayyida Sundus.
Actually, I have another question, but a little bit personal, so I'm sorry for that.
No problem.
Obviously, I have 1 year, then I will be in ثانوية عامة. I live in Egypt.
A level or ثانوية عامة?
Yes,
Where are you living?
What?
Where are you living?
I live in Egypt.
You are not living here?
Yes, I'm here as a visitor.
Oh, Bismillah, mashallah.
So,
Bismillah, mashallah, whether you're in Egypt or here. Say Bismillah, mashallah. Say Bismillah, mashallah, Mr. Scientist, astronomist. I have my hair. Can you see it? Can you bless it with your hand? Go on, Sister Egypt.
what if I didn't succeed in entering a certain faculty I was planning to
So what?
attend? How can I take a decision wisely? Because
If you fail and you're going to be able to go there,
yes.
maybe Allah plans something else for you.
Yes, how can I take this decision wisely?
Well, a lot of people were crying because they did not go to the college that they want. But when they tried again, they went. So they failed once, they come back again and they do it. And somebody changed the course of action, their life. يعني غيروا اتجاههم 180 درجة. So what? أنا كنت شغال, I was working as a medical doctor. Then I started working something else totally different. Totally different. Has nothing to do with medicine. Maybe I succeeded in this new job far more better than my old one. So, but when when I changed, Alhamdulillah, it was opening the gates for my talent to discover it. Because maybe my talent, in spite of the fact, I'll tell you something. You know how many bodies I cut? I used to be a pathologist. Cut bodies, huh? Bodies, very nice bodies. 6 foot, 7 foot tall, and abortions as well. be 15 centimeter, 20 centimeter. See the extreme? From 15 centimeters to 2 meter. My hand was rubbed in gold. اتلف الحرير. أنا ياما قطعت جثث. كنت بتسلى وأنا بقطع الجثث. وأنا في المشرحة وأنا وزن in the general hospital. When I was in general hospital, I used to do 2 bodies in one morning. One before tea and one after tea. And between the body number 1 and body number 2, we have toast, jam, tea, and coffee. And we had a technician who used to come and dance for us in the mashrah. Good old days. انتوا مش شايفين الحاجات دي، انتوا اتحرمتوا. انتوا محرومين وغلابه. بقول لك انا في الدكتوراه عملت 400 جثه. قولوا بسم الله ما شاء الله. انا جت او معاهم كلمه على الجثث دخلت دلوقتي ليه؟ احنا كنا بنضحك على العيال، على الشباب قصدي. فمش مهم، غيري، ايه المشكله؟
بس ازاي؟ يعني الفكره انه بيكون
استعيني بربنا سبحانه وتعالى. دي نمره 1. نمره 2 خدي ادفايس. دايما هنا بيعملوا حاجه اسمها كارير ادفايس. يعني تاخدي نصيحه على الكارير اللي انت عايز تعملي فيه. فممكن حد يقعد معاكي، لا عندك تالنت انت مش عارفاها، عندك يعني قدره انت مش عارفاها، عندك موهبه انت مش عارفاها، ينميها لك. انا اعرف بنات بسم الله ما شاء الله بيكتبوا انجليزي احسن من الانجليز اللي خارجين من اوكسفورد وكامبريدج، وبيرسموا رسومات زي الرسومات اللي بتطلع في المعارض. بنشجعهم، لكن هم مربوطين بانهم عندهم وظيفه عشان يعيشوا. فلا بد ايه شويه يعني لما يتحرروا من الوظيفه، لان خلي بالك الوظيفه دي مش كل شيء. يعني انا ليا شابه من الشابات اللي مش هقول قرابتها هي ايه، واخده PhD في الفارماسي اللي هو في الصيدله، واجهت تفرقه عنصريه في الاسلاموفوبيا and they're actually racism. She gave up and she started her own business. تعمل كوكيز، حاجات دي very very elegant, very tasty, top class. What is that to do with pharmacy? Now she's struggling hard to succeed and to sell in the big actually companies. فلذلك never let somebody to advise you. بس خلي بالك أهم شيء في الموضوع ده إن علاقتك بربنا إيه؟ Your relationship with Allah, your relationship with Quran, your relationship with the community, with your father, your parents. All those will be يعني guiding you. Because sometimes we find ourselves are doing something that we did not know why we are doing it. But when we do it, we discover our talent. Talent is something that is not just taught, it's inside you. So enable yourself or get somebody else to help yourself discover your talent. Like those senior brothers here. اقعد بقى عشان اكلم اللي وراك. Those senior brothers there. Tell them we're not just beautiful faces or pretty faces. تعالوا اقعدوا معانا وقولوا لنا ايه اللي عندنا عشان نعرف نعمل ايه. Come and sit down with us and discover our talent. Make them to be responsible. Mother. انا اتحمست بقى. انت خايفه، شوفي بقى بعد عني ازاي؟ قربي كده ما تخافيش. في بيني وبينك مسافه.
مكسوفه تقول لحضرتك ان الوقت خلص يعني.
طب ما تقول انا مش
هو
خالص.
بيقول لي بقول له لا ما اقدرش، حضرتك كمل.
لذلك قال ايه؟ ولا مؤاخذه. شوف الجيل المحترم ده.
ما شاء الله.
انت انسانه محترمه. عارفه كان في فيلم اسمه زوجة راجل محترم.
سمعت عنه بس ما شفتوش.
ولا انا. فلما نيجي هنا حمليه اهو، مش هم قاعدين اهم بسم الله ما شاء الله، ولا لهم اكتشفوا التالنت اللي عندي. discover my talent. tell your teacher tell the imams in the mosque, I need to have a role in the mosque. I need the youth to come to the mosque. We don't want to have mosques without youth, mosques without women in the leadership, not just sitting as people coming to pray and go home. No. All those great leaders in Islam started from the mosque, from the age of 5, 10, and 11, and they became leaders at the age of 15 and 20 and 25. Become ulama. So this is very important, that actually make them responsible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are you doing? Making films of us? Taking photograph of us? Tell me. Guide me. Advise me. Huh? Advise me. Listening to a lecture is good, but not good enough. But you are a resource, dynamic resource, and the most important resource in the society and in humanity and in the universe. Somebody has to help you, and they're in front of you. محمد يوسف انت اسمك ايه النهارده؟ محمد سعد.
المغني المشهور.
ما انا عارف، لا ده ممثل كمان. وبعدين محمد الشريف. خلاص بقى. هو اتغير اسمه. وانا علي ايه؟ ها؟ محمد ايه؟ الملاح. انا عارف كده. وبعدين احمد خليل، وانت اسمك ايه؟ صاوي. قاعدين بيعملوا ايه دول؟
ولا حاجه. لازم تقول اسمك. كريم غدا.
شفت بقى؟ فلذلك لو العلاقه بينك وبين والدتك ووالدك كويسه جدا، قول لهم انا عايزاكم تساعدوني. عشان ما why? Because you don't want to lose your way. ما تتكسفيش ابدا انك تسالي. The one who does not ask will never succeed. The one who is shy to ask will never succeed. Because asking is the first step of success. Being inquisitive. Being inquisitive. Don't be shy of asking and stand up. Even if the teacher tells you off, so what? Why you tell me off? You have to listen to me. You have been paid to help me. Seriously. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Even the imam in the mosque, you've been paid to help me, to guide me. So what? For women and young people.
They mentioned they're gonna go more troubles.
Huh?
They're gonna go more troubles if they took argue with the teacher.
Why?
خليه يقول قول يا يوسف اللي بيحصل.
قول دي الميكروفون. انت هتخاف يا ابني؟
قول يا يوسف.
اديله.
ايه اللي لما بتقول للتيشر كده ايه اللي بيحصل؟
لا خلاص مش عايز والله.
Which teacher?
We're gonna get mucho.
Which teacher? In the school or in the mosque? Why? Tell him that my response. Huh? No.
قول يا انس اللي بيحصل. قول اللي بيحصل يا حبيبي. يا انس قول اللي بيحصل عادي.
وهم بيقولوا ايه يا ولاد؟
يا انس قول اللي بيحصل عادي.
هو بس في نظام في المدرسه يعني.
لا asking I'm not telling you to tell her that you are prepared to help me. No. I'm telling you to ask and she answers. Ask what you want to ask and you have the right to have an answer. يعني انت your right is to ask. Her duty is to answer. And even if you are not satisfied with the answer, ask her to answer. They were calling Newton. Is it Newton? Newton was the report about him was so stupid, and we don't want him to go to school. When his mother saw this, and the decision was actually to kick him out of the school, you know what she did to him? She said, "Sonny, you are more intelligent than the people in the school. That's why I'm going to keep you with me here to teach you, because your standard is higher than them. Newton discovered this years after his mother died. And Newton became Newton. And the teacher who said that to him, nobody knows them. You got it? So your right is to ask. Their duty is to answer. Don't be impolite. Don't be rude. Be polite and ask for your right. حلوة دي. Be polite and ask for your right. Hashtag. تيك توك يلا عشان تبقى make you famous. Be polite and ask for your right. عجبتك؟ انت قاعدة كده مكسوفة؟ ده انت المسؤولة عني. أنا مش هنتغدى النهارده يا عم. ما احنا فطرنا بقى.
هنلغي فقرة الغداء.
ها؟ لا ما احنا فطرنا الصبحية، هو في فطار وغدا وعشاء؟ لا العظيم. ده احنا يا دوب بندور على وجبة واحدة وخلاص.
في نقطة يا دكتور بعد
اتفضل.
حضرتك بتتكلم في نقطة الشاب أو إن هو يسأل والده، يسأل مدرسه، يسأل يعني ممكن بعض الناس ما يكونش عندها الملكة إن هي جايد ليه أو يديله نصيحة منقوصة أو كده يعني
مش مشكلة. هم يعني he said in English, he said maybe your father and mother might not be able to guide you, but they have to find somebody to guide you. The responsibility is in you. Otherwise, why you have me in this life? خلفتني ليه? Why you manage my mother? Why you manage my father? To be responsible for my upbringing. لكن مش I'm not just a number. I'm not just a beautiful face. Sisters who came here and brothers, can you keep quiet, please? Keep quiet and sit down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sisters. Sister in black scarf. Sister, tell her. Please sit down and keep quiet. Thank you. Please sit down and keep quiet. Respect the young people who are in a session with the young people. Who are in a session with the future, not a session for the food. So, your father and your mother has to guide you. لو سمحتم, let us respect our younger generation because they are listening. It is their session more important than the food. Okay? You got it, young people?
Yes, sir.
So let your father and your mother guide you to whom can help you. Any last question before the food will be eaten or be distributed? It's your session and it's your time. And we are all for you, young people. Yes? انت اختمي بقى، علي صوتك بقى.
جزاك الله خيرا دكتور
علي
هاني
صوتك،
البنا.
علي صوتك.
It has been a privilege.
امدحي لي شوية بقى.
جزاك الله خيرا دكتور هاني البنا. May Allah benefit you with all of your knowledge and benefit us. It was nice and informative session for all of us today. May Allah reward you, and it has been a pleasure to be with you today. جزاك الله خير.
Same for me.
ما كمان
أشكرك.